was just scattering my life. Oh my God, emotional. This wasn't the plan. Am I pregnant? Hey, that day. Oh God. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adana. And it's your first time stopping by. I don't know why I did that, but you're welcome. So today's video, y'all, is going to be a little bit different. I feel like this is something that I will struggle with this video, let me be honest, because yo, I find it difficult to be vulnerable. So at the beginning, please ignore if I'm looking down or looking sideways. I'm just trying to, gather my thoughts together. And as the video keeps on going, I'm sure I'll get a lot more comfortable. But I just felt like making this video because I also feel it's going to help a lot of people out there, especially my fellow gender. So in this entire video, I'm going to be getting ready. I'll be doing my makeup. I have a treatment today. My appointment is in the next 1 hour. That's actually the main reason why I'm making this video right now, because I'm kind of nervous. I'm quite nervous. And I want to document this whole process. I don't know if this video is going to end up being live. If you see this video, that means it went live. But yeah, I just want to talk to the camera, I guess. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. Yo, I put my hair in this flat twist yesterday in the hopes that I was going to wear a wig today. But you know what? After putting my hair in this flat twist, I was like, this is actually so fine. Like, I'm like a fine girl with this flat twist. Alright, so where am I even going to start from? I don't even know. My appointment is next 1 hour, so I need to hurry up actually. And I'm just dragging my feet right here, darling. As of 2015, I started developing irregular menstrual cycle. At first I thought it was because of change of environment, maybe because I just migrated as of that time, so I didn't really take it to be any big of a deal. I kind of was like, yeah, my body will probably just get used to the environment and my menstrual cycle will probably go back to normal. But that was in fact, unfortunately, not the case. And the biggest problem I had as of then was the fact that I would literally not see my period for straight 6 months. Like, my body would just go blank. At the point I was like, am I pregnant? But then again, I'm like, I'm gonna be pregnant. And then finally the period will come, and then it will stay for as long as 3 months. Sometimes it even stays up to 6 months. When I tell you 6 months, I mean I'm bleeding every single day for 6 months. Like, every single day. At some point I kind of got worried because a whole year passed and this whole problem was still going on. So 2016, I decided to go see a doctor at the university. Then I saw a gynecologist who then prescribed me with a birth control pill. And yo, the way I don't like taking medications. I don't like swallowing anything that is going to, especially when it has to do with my hormones. That's just the worst. And I just felt like I didn't have the need for it in the first place as of then. And I don't know, and that just kind of wasn't really an option at that time. I just had to take it, just so my period can be regulated, because that's what the gynecologist told me as of then. So I started off with the entire pills. My period became more regular. I think I took the pills for about 3 months and I stopped. I felt like my body had come back to normal. I was like, I don't want to have to rely on taking medications for the rest of my life. So let me try and see if my menstrual cycle is, at least going to go back to normal. So I just stopped taking the pills after 3 months. And yes, it did go back to normal. My period was stable without the pills for like 2 months. About like 2 months. And then after 2 months, it went back to the usual problem of where the period just disappeared and it didn't come at all for straight 4 months. I think at some point I actually started documenting it because it kind of started becoming a little scary. When it stopped again completely, the next time the period now came back, it was an elongated period that lasted for 6 months. As in 6 months. I was bleeding for 6 months. Yo, I didn't want to have to go back to the gynecologist because I felt like they were going to prescribe me with birth control pills again, and I really didn't want to take those. I also felt like the gynecologist I visited the first time, he didn't really have my best interest at heart, in terms of every time I went there, I felt like I was rushed and I felt like I wasn't even listened to. I felt like my symptoms and my pain, because I was having like terrible back pain and my stomach, like the bottom part of my abdomen was always hurting me. Like I was always having cramps. You know, that kind of period pain. I was always having cramps all the time, and I felt like the gynecologist I was visiting as of then wasn't paying attention to the symptoms I was explaining to him. He more or so just felt like he knew the problem and this was the solution. Go and take birth control pills. We don't want to take it. Sorry, I cannot do anything about it. That was how I felt the approach was, and he didn't want to listen to my entire, you know, rant of no want to take birth control pills. Like he wants to off for that. So this kept going on up till early 2018. I decided, okay, I'm going to go see a gynecologist again. I want to see someone different. I was sent in for a blood test to check my hormone levels and I was also sent in for ultrasound. The ultrasound results came in. They said they didn't see anything that was warranting me to panic, so I should just go on birth control pills and it was going to be fine. So that day, my gynecologist again, this is the new gynecologist, recommended me I go on NuvaRing. They bring birth control pills. Just the imagination of chucking something down there was already scaring me. So guess what? I didn't take it. See, I've left my makeup. I went about my normal day-to-day life. At a point, I kind of also accepted that this was my own faith and I was just going to live with bleeding for the rest of my life, sorry to say. So now, after this whole thing went on with the NuvaRing, I didn't want to take it. I was like, you know what, I think I want to see the doctor again so I can express myself to him. I can also explain to him, because this was a new doctor, right? I want to tell him how much pain that I'm feeling, like how my lower abdomen is always hurting me and how my back is always... I just wanted to express myself to this. I think he was German. Yeah, he had a German accent. I think it was a German doctor. I just want to tell him that, look, can you diagnose me? Like, tell me what's the issue, because you cannot tell me that a normal human being is bleeding every single day for 6 months. This cannot be normal. This cannot be normal. So I was sent in again for another ultrasound. Yeah, at this point, I've been to, within the span of, in fact, up until now, within the span of 3 years, I've had at least 7 ultrasounds, literally, just trying to figure out what exactly was wrong with me. So the guy sent me again for that ultrasound, since the last one I did was about 3 months before that one. Finally, the ultrasound results came in, and as you know, I don't know whether to say unfortunately or fortunately, but as God will have it, at least we had the presumed diagnosis at this point where they said they just found some polyps in my endometrium. So it was endometrial polyp, and I was like, okay, I felt relaxed because I felt like at least at this point, at least I know where my problem is coming from. You know, it's very painful when you just be living every single day and you don't even know where your issues are coming from, but you know you have an issue. No one is telling you anything. Everyone is telling you you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, but you that has the body, you don't feel like you're fine, you know? I really felt relaxed up until he started questioning me about, you know, do I intend to have a baby anytime soon? Just asking me questions about my hormones and my future plans with childbearing, and basically he was trying to recommend me a birth control pill that at least I would not have to think about, because first of all, I would not want to take any medication or pills that I'll have to be thinking, oh, 6 o'clock, I have to take this one. I didn't want to have to do that. And then the NuvaRing, what even scared me most about the NuvaRing was that day when I was given the NuvaRing. That day when I was given the NuvaRing the previous time, yo, I had gone home and I was researching about NuvaRing, and guess what? The first video I popped up on YouTube and I watched about NuvaRing. The man lost his daughter to blood clot as a result of NuvaRing. Hey, that was there saying bam 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 bam. I've never taken this NuvaRing. That was there, I took that NuvaRing and I put it back in the refrigerator. I'm like, it's in my fridge still right now. Like, I am not taking, I'm not putting, inserting anything inside me. Blood clot, and it, the lady just slopped like that. That scared me. So at the end of that was the main reason why I actually did not take the NuvaRing. I don't think I mentioned that, but that was the main reason why I was like, yeah, I'm not inserting this. So that day when I was finally told that I was endometrial polyp, the doctor was trying to, you know, go through like different birth control pills that might work for me. Yo, I was just frustrated because, like I said, birth control pills, especially all the side effects that I've heard, it's just really scary to me, and especially when it's not really my choice and I just feel like I have to take them, it just makes me even more scared. But you know what, even though I was also happy that at least there was a presumed diagnosis, I was also scared of my own like future. Like I don't know, I broke down. That's just the essentiality of this. I literally just broke down. I was filming a video that day, and then after that entire conversation with the doctor, I was not even able to continue that video. I think I'll roll the clip right here for you guys so you guys can see that video. I entered my car. Once I got into the car, yo, the tears, the cry I cried that day. I don't think I've ever cried like that in my entire life. I cried. I was thinking, I was like, is this how my life would just stay and just be going to a different direction? So somebody will be having issues in this life to health to come and be on top of, you know, health not be another issue again. Yo, that day I wept. I came home, I tried to film that video to continue from where I stopped. I couldn't even continue. At some point I just turned off the camera and said, please, I beg, I'm going to sleep. I cannot even keep myself. That day was just, it was just, I don't know. So many thoughts went through my head. What if this is an issue? Like, I was just thinking about the worst. I was just thinking everything you can think of. It was just, yeah. Anyways, so after the entire conversation, I went home. The doctor told me I should go and think about it. I didn't go back for any other birth control. I just allowed my body to bleed. At some point I just stopped caring. I just allowed my body to bleed, especially after all these years. It could not be any more stressful than that. So I just allowed my body to bleed. And guess what, yo, from 2019, wait a second, I have it written down, so November 23rd. Actually, yeah, from November 23rd, 2018, the bleeding started again. And this time around, since November 23rd, 2018 up until today, what's today's date? November 3rd, 2021, I've been bleeding every single day. So that's about, actually it's already 3 years. I've been bleeding every single day for the past 3 years. Yeah, every single day, like every single hour and minute that the clock moves, I've been bleeding every single day. But over time, things kind of got worse. It just escalated real quick. And then on top of that, COVID now came. We went on lockdown in 2020. So even going back to the hospital was the kind of queue you will face just to even see a doctor. So that time your issue wasn't a priority. The priority at that time was COVID. So I was kind of like pushed back. I was always tired. Yo, I would literally just wake up right now and I'll be tired. And it's that kind of tiredness that I wasn't feeling sleepy, but I was just physically drained. I wouldn't do anything. I'm tired. My stomach was hurting me. I wake up some days I'm just like, I don't even feel like doing it. I just want to lie down. That was the time I was like, you know what, I have to treat this as an emergency. So I called AHS. So right away they treated my case as urgent. So I went back to see this same gynecologist. And then when I met him, he told me the same thing. He's like, look, contraceptives will be the best way to regulate this bleeding, at least to reduce the chances of you even, you know, just being drained of blood, all of that. Because at that point I was already anemic. And then the first thing I asked him, I remember I was like, okay, so if not contraceptive, what other option can I resort to? He said the other option for me to take out the polyp would have to be surgery. But because of COVID, even if I had to go through surgery, the surgery will be pushed backwards, okay? I was like, okay, so how soon can the surgery be done? He said as soon as like this 6 months from that day. We're talking about the entire thing. 6 months from then we can look into the surgery. That it should be quick. It's not anything serious. That's just a few people. But just because of COVID, everywhere is kind of like locked. But it's not an intense surgery for me to be scared for. But the other problem is the fact that even though they take away this polyp, he's not guaranteed that the bleeding is going to stop. I'm like, but that is what I want. Because first of all, they're not even sure if it's a polyp that is causing the bleeding in the first place. But there are polyps right there in my uterus, so it's in my endometrium, that, you know, it could be. So they're just going to take it out anyways. And if the bleeding stops, good. If the bleeding doesn't stop, we're back again. So I was like, okay, I'll think about this and get back. He gave me his card for whenever I was ready. I should just call this number and then book for the surgery to come in, and they will schedule me and all of that. So that was when I went home, and guess what? I started trying every method, strategy, medicine, traditional herbs, name it. There's nothing I'm not taking. There's nothing I'm not taking in this life right now for this bleeding to stop, and for me to just be healed and be normal and just stop being tired and just be full of energy. Because naturally I feel like I'm someone who is full of energy. So this was just scattering my life, and I just hated that. So there was no herbal medicine that I was not prescribed. There was no local doctor that I had not seen, both from Ghana, both from Nigeria, both from Toronto. Like there's not about the fact. And I've spent so much money on all of these herbal medications because they're quite expensive, especially if you're getting it here in Canada, some of them will tell you they have to ship it from so African country. Yo, like I've drank this, I've drank. Oh God, that's Oluchi. At some point, Oluchi was not pity for me. I've drank this, I've drank that, I've drank this, I've drank that. God, I've drank everything. I have drank everything, but the ones that some days I'll puke it out because it was so bitter, it was just so terrible. I've drank, I've mixed concussion here. And after all of this, still, this problem did not stop. It was still here looking at me every single day like, Adana, are you going to actually take your contraceptives, or are you going to just, what exactly is the plan? God, I'm talking so much, I even forgot about my makeup. But it's fine, I can do the makeup later. I don't think I'll wear makeup again, I'll just go like that. So as of 2021, at the beginning of this year, I decided that, you know what, I want to find a new doctor. I want to find someone different. I want to find a black doctor. I want to find someone that will relate to me, at least that will be patient, that will take her time to diagnose me, to check. You cannot tell me that I'm just bleeding and there is no reason for the bleeding, and the polyp that you saw may or may not be the cause of the bleeding. Like, what kind of diagnosis is that? Finally, I was referred to this Nigerian doctor. She's a Yoruba lady. Hi, God. I knelt down, I thank God. I was like, I think my life is about to be solved. I just felt relaxed. I felt a bit more at ease. I was like, okay, I'm going to see someone right now I'm going to see someone right now that hopefully understands me and understands where I'm coming from. Oh my God, emotional. This wasn't the plan. I was like, I'm going to see someone that hopefully understands me and is going to at least, you know, give me the attention that I need and that I deserve. You know, I'm a human being. Human beings' life should be treated as precious, not as fiddle as Wingo. Huh? The day I went in to see her, I was already so excited. Right away, I thought, I know what, I want to be my family doctor. So she's not my family doctor. Thank be to God. I remember that day I went in, when I told her everything, she looked at my record. She was like, wow, this is quite, you know, this is quite not normal. Because at this point, the back pain, the cramps, the lower abdomen pain, and I was getting so bloated. Like, I was bloating. My stomach was, my stomach has never been flat, but my whole life I just felt like my stomach was probably not even flat because of, you know, it is what it is, just normal belly fat. I didn't take it to be anything, but my stomach was just getting, I was always bloated. And on top of that, also, I'm also lactose intolerant. So if I take anything, cheese, milk, it just doubles the bloated. I'm looking like as if I'm 7 months pregnant. So my stomach was just bloated unnecessarily. I mean, like I said, I just ignored it. I thought it was just normal fat. So I was like, yeah, sure. Oh, it's part of me, I guess. So I went to see this lady. The first thing she said she was going to do, she told me that she was going to send me in for that ultrasound. And then I was going to do a blood test. And then I was also going to do urine, everything, literally everything. So I did the ultrasound came back. She said she can see tiny polyps. The same story. She had the same story. She said, you know what? The only remedy right now is contraceptives. Hi, I said not taking. And I was like, this lady, I know you're joking. This is why I'm here. I'm running away for taking birth control pills. And now you're telling me that I have to go back on that? No, please, I beg. What is the actual problem? Let's start from there. She said, okay, you know what? That she's going to do a biopsy for me. Because for this problem to be going on for this long, and I keep being told this, which they're not even sure is the cause of the problem, that she's going to do a biopsy for me. I was like, okay, how is this going to, you know, how is this going to happen? She's like, oh, you just have to come in, book an appointment, and then they will scrape out a bit of, you know, biopsy. It's like autopsy, but for the living. Autopsy is for the dead, biopsy is for the living. So they basically scrape out a bit of tissue from my uterine wall, and then that's what they examine to know what actually is causing the bleeding. Also, we had the biopsy. My God, that thing was painful. That thing was painful, like going all the way in and just The day I was scheduled to receive a phone call from her, I was panicking. Every minute I was checking my phone, I was like, this lady, she should call me now. Finally, she called me, your anxiety. Then my anxiety be stupid sometimes. I used to wonder, like, what's actually wrong with me? Anxiety, she called me, I didn't answer the phone. I allowed the phone to ring. I was just watching the call ringing because I was panicking. I was like, let this one not tell me that I have cancer. Because this one that, you know, God, I was thinking the worst. After like 30 minutes, I called the number back. Because it's the caller ID is hidden, you can't call the number back. So you have to call a clinic for the clinic to now connect you back to the lady. So I called the clinic, and then they said that the lady was going to call me back again in the next 1 hour. So finally she called back. This time around there, I just picked up the phone. If I was quiet, I just said hello. Like, hi Adana, biopsy results came in, and okay, first of all, there is no sign of cancer. What exactly is the issue is endometrial hyperplasia. But for us to also take a safety precaution, that she would still recommend me going on contraceptives, because apparently my endometrial hyperplasia, which means the line of my endometrial wall, it's quite thick, like it's thickened, because my body produces more I think estrogen is the hormone, because you need 2 hormones, right, as a woman, progesterone and estrogen. And progesterone is the one that allows your menses to, I forgot my science. I think I was producing excessive estrogen. So during the proliferative stage, you know, during mitosis, there's proliferative stage. So during the proliferative developmental stage of my endometrial cells, the growth was quite at a different speed. It was growing quite fast. So that's what had resulted in the thickening of my endometrial wall. So the bleeding that I was getting was as a result of the shedding. So because my endometrial wall gets thickened quite fast, my body was forcing out the constant shedding of my endometrial lining. So that was the reason why I was bleeding every single day, which I am still right now. That's the reason why I've been bleeding every single day for the past 3 years. Hi, that day. Oh God! I don't know if I was supposed to be celebrating or what. But that day, I was excited. I said, God, at least now I have a problem. That when you have a problem, you have a solution. That was the only thing I was thinking about. I was filled with so much hope. I went out, I went to the liquor store, I bought this whole bottle of wine, I drank it there. I'm not usually a person that drinks, but that day, I learned to drink and sleep very well. So she booked me in and she said, you can come in, we'll discuss some contraceptives. So I went in, I told her my history with birth control and how I don't want to even take it. But she said that will help my body to produce more progesterone, I think. And then that will allow the shedding of the endometrial lining. At least now I had hope. I knew that, and I knew that if I'm taking a pill or some form of treatment, I know what it is doing. I'm not just taking something out of null and void. I felt more confident. I was like, okay, by the grace of God, someday is going to get back to normal. I had hope. I had so much faith in God. Like, I know God is going to heal me. That is undoubtedly. Finally, we came down to deciding between implanon. That's the one you kind of, I think you put the cord on your arms, or I do IUD. And then so I went back home, which is right now. I've been studying, trying to research on which one I should go for. All of them, they have side effects, but at this point I don't really have a choice. If I want to get better, and if I want to stop feeling tired all the time, this would help me a lot. And it's also helped my bloating, because I've been getting so bloated. And also the back pain, I'm looking forward to having that been stopped. Lower cramps, like my abdominal cramps, I'm looking forward to having that. I mean, I'm so excited. You know what, oh my God, I feel like all these past years I've just been in pain and bleeding, tiredness, anemic, and I just don't even know what was wrong with me. Yet I feel so happy. So today, actually, I'm going in today for my ihena, what's it called, my IUD. So I decided to go with the IUD option. I decided to go with the IUD option, so that's what I'm going in for today. Okay, I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know, but yeah, this is basically it for this video. I don't want to think about it too much. I think I've thought about it and I'm just like, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But you all should let me know down below in the comment section if you tried IUD. I know this is quite TMI, but if you tried IUD, how was that for you? What are some of the side effects that you face? Because that's something I'm quite scared of. And I also want to encourage every woman out there, please listen to your body. Okay, listen to your body, because you don't know when something is developing to, you know, so you just don't know. Listen to your body. And even if no one is listening to you, or you feel like you've gone to all the doctors, this one is saying this, don't give up, keep going. Ask for a new doctor, ask them, someone that will give you the attention that you deserve. Because if also I had given up on going, God forbid, who knows, this could have developed into, you know, cancer. because apparently it can be precancerous. So please don't give up. Keep on going. Keep on persisting. Keep on asking them. Keep on questioning. So at least you get an answer. And when you have an answer, I just feel like at least you have solution to your problem. You know where you're looking for solutions, you know. So please keep on asking. Don't stop asking for solutions. And also, people that like to comment on women's body, take your time. Take your time, okay? Because you don't even know what's happening. But yeah, that's it for this video, y'all. I hope this video encourages every of my gender out there to please take care of themselves and look out for their body. I'm sorry I didn't finish my makeup. I just realized I only have one eyebrow. I was concentrating too much on this story. But thank you all so much for supporting me. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video ends up going live someday, because I don't know. We'll see. If you're watching it, that means it's live, right? But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll enjoy this video. And yeah, I will see you on my next one. I'm currently leaving for my IUD insertion. Maybe not. I'll update you guys on how that goes and everything if you guys want to know. But yeah, let me know. Okay, thank you. Love you lots. Bye bye. And this is cheers. Is it cheers? No, cherry. We're cheering to permanent healing. Okay. My dear, health is wealth. Love you. Bye bye. Make me feel down, down, down. Not every day is like this, so I'ma soak up what I got while it is. The newspaper I'll read later. Right.